What is the difference? I mean, you're up here. What's your position up here, by the way?
I was hired. I had a job. This is funny. I had a job in the church. I'd worked there for about 10 months, and this is not to paint them bad. And I said, you know what? I mean, I love kids. I've worked with kids all my life, whether they're on the
Well,
football
that's my
field or
question
whatever.
I'm leading up to. So go
Yeah,
ahead,
I've loved
please.
kids all my life. I used to go down and work a New Day camp where you're working with kids of prisoners for a solid week, and it's amazing when you change and love people instead of having the biases, what a difference it can make. I used to work down at that New Day camp, and every one of those kids coming in, their parents, either one or both of them, are incarcerated in prison, and you love on them and you teach them skills and how to do things and become interested
They're
in
probably
it.
not getting.
Yeah, at the end of the week, they're crying because they have to go back to reality. But no. What was your question?
The question was, what's your position up here?
Oh, up here. So anyway, I was working at the church. This guy came by and says, hey, I've got a job out here. It's kind of crazy hours. It's from 2 to 10, Monday through Thursday. I don't know whether you'd be interested or not, but I brought an application if you're interested. And I said, I'd asked him about leading the youth at the First Baptist Church, and I said, yeah, it'd be an interesting look because I was 55 back then. And I'm sure you think youth ministers, they're young and zippy and peppy and chipper and all that. And I'm like, and it was funny. One morning at 2:30 in the morning, I woke up and it was just as clear as God had said it himself. He said, hey, by them not saying yes, they're saying no. And so the guy that brought the application by, I filled it out, and he said, hey, if you fill it out, call me and I'll pick it up. And he did.
And he's from North.
Yeah.
I'm looking over here, Northeast
Yeah,
Tech.
Northeast Tech.
That's where we're at.
He picked it up, took it out there, and I got an interview, got the first interview, got a call for a second interview, and that was 13 years ago. Now I'm starting on year 14.
Okay.
And the question is adult supervisor. I would help supervise classes, make recommendations for certain classes that could be offered out here, and I love it. I get to see former students, and I mean, this is such an asset to Claremore, Oklahoma.
Yes.
I see people come up here. We have people that come up here and take our CNA course, and then go on to work. And I mean, hey, one of them is working over here at Brookdale, and she's second in charge. Had a girl that was from Honduras, whose parents are missionaries, and hey, she come up and took our CNA course up here. And she speaks Spanish. I mean, bam, she goes right over to St. Francis. They hire her as a CNA because she's bilingual. I mean, and then we have adult classes, which are just amazing. Sewing, making quilts. We have computer classes. We have dog obedience classes. We have dog grooming classes from people in the community that are teaching these.
Well,
and
these
people
are
can
for
come
adults,
up.
mainly.
Yeah.
Now, do you have high school kids that come up
Yes,
here?
oh
So
yes,
you have
oh
high school
yes.
kids.
We've got a guy went down here and took this CNC right now. Baker Hughes is hired big time CNC machinist. We had a guy come through here, and I saw him just today. He went through here, spent a full year here, and we used to have a clothing deal down there where they could get a suit coats, tie, shirts. He comes down there and didn't have the clothes for a proper interview, so hey, we dressed him out. And I asked him, I said, hey, Jimmy, have you ever done an interview before? He said, not really. I said, well, let's just work on a little bit. And hey, he goes out to Baker Hughes and gets hired.
He's hired right on.
He's got him a full-time job, more than 40 hours, and now he's coming back taking some advanced stuff here as a machinist. And I'll see him at church, and he's got a little girl, single parent, and he said, man, I love what I'm doing. He said, you guys just...
That's great.
He
That's
said,
a great
it's such
story.
an asset to have this right here in Claremore. This is the best hidden... We started a criminology class right here. We hired the retired police chief from Owasso, Oklahoma. He's got these kids. I see these kids, and it reminds me of the Army, but I see these kids come in, and they're taking this criminology class, how to investigate a crime scene, how to defuse somebody that's irritated or out of control. They wear uniforms once a week. They do inspections. They do hand-to-hand. They're learning these skills. And you know what's amazing, Larry? They come in, I see some of them come in and have no self-esteem. And I mean, hey, He brings them in. That's why I said it reminded me of the Army. We're going to do push-ups. We're going to do things. We're going to get in shape. And
Break you down and
all
build you
of a
up.
sudden,
Yeah.
you know, they're going through a physical transformation, which causes them to have better self-esteem.